My next guest is an oracle for the divine, an energy healer, and spiritual mentor. Please welcome Talia Paola Strega. Welcome to the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Anna Patricia Bourgeois, certified business coach. I am here to help you up-level, generate consistent wealth, increase your confidence, attract dream clients, and master your mindset so that you can fully own your power and achieve next-level results in your online business and beyond. Every week, a powerful conversation will take place with amazing guests, or I'll share from my experience to help inspire you to start and scale the business of your dreams while being powerfully you. The time has come to stop playing small, stop hiding, and stop waiting. Now is the perfect time for you to passionately pursue your heart's desire as the powerful leader you were born to be. Are you ready? Let's do this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I am here with the amazing Talia. Hello.
Hello. Ooh, what an intro.
Yeah. I'm so excited to have you on the show. Thank you so much for coming.
I'm so excited to be here. I already feel the energy bubbling. Like, this is going to be so fun.
Yeah, it's always fun. So feel free to share with us who you are, what you do, and why you're so passionate about what you do.
Okay, so hello. I am Talia Paula Strega, or Talia Strega for short. I am an oracle for the divine, an energy healer, and a spiritual mentor to the female conscious leaders of the new earth. So the healers, the artists, the spiritual, soulful business owners. And I use my abilities and expertise to help them navigate through the liminal space, also known as the void or the in-between. And I help them to reveal and heal their karmic soul patterns that may be keeping them stagnant and out of alignment with their energy, their higher vision, their purpose. And I also help them activate, if it's in their blueprint, to activate their psychic abilities so that they can tap into their wisdom and be a conscious leader and, you know, help everyone rise and create expansion. So
Yeah.
a little it's a little wordy, but it's a lot of stuff that we go into.
I love that. I honestly, like, I've been following you for so long, and I did your activation and I just felt like so good, and I'm like, we got to spread this message right here. Like, we got to talk about it.
Yeah, we have been connected
Yeah.
for a while. I think we connected like in a coaching
Yeah.
container somewhere, and then we've just been following each other for a couple of years.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm curious to know, like, how do you come up with such amazing activations? Like I know you say that your spirit guides talk to you and help you, but where does it start? Like, how do you come about creating those?
You know, the funny thing is that they're channeled in the moment.
Mm.
They'll call, they'll say, listen, we have to activate X, Y, and Z. It could be, inner
Mm-hmm.
power. It could be, whatever the guides, which are directed by spirit, whatever, spirit things that we need at the time. And I just basically, usually they're live or in live programs. That's how I function better because the activations are channeled and it always goes to the people that are meant to receive it. So there
Mm.
is no, like, I don't write like a script or anything, or sometimes they give me information before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, like I never know where we're going. We usually end up in my pyramid. It's this like
Mm-hmm.
pyramid, and I think it's in Orion that we end up in, and things just happen there, and the guides come in, and I'm just a vessel, honestly. Like I'm just a vessel for the information, for the healing,
Mm-hmm.
just like a human instrument, basically.
I love that. I love how like intuitive you are and how in touch with the spirits you are. So, if someone listening right now wants to get in touch with their spirituality even further, like what's a good way to go about that?
I would say start connecting with yourself, start connecting with all aspects of yourself. So your body,
Mm-hmm.
your because your body's always communicating with you, right? And you can talk to your body, connect to your mind. It's really about heightening your awareness of yourself. So if you're thinking a certain way, notice the thoughts that are coming up. Why? Notice how you're feeling. If you're going to go into a building and you suddenly your body starts reacting differently than it usually does, stop and
Mm.
ask yourself what's going on, right? Meditation always helps. Meditation is so great to start building that bond with yourself and connection with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and it all starts with connecting. Really, you are connecting to your higher self, which is the energetic version of you, is the truest. It's the cosmic you. It's you as an energy ball, basically. And
Mm.
intuition really comes from your higher self into the soul, right? Which the soul resides in the human body. So when you start connecting to yourself, to your heart space, again, you can do this through meditation, and it takes practice, right? So it
Mm-hmm.
might not happen in a day, but if you do it mindfully every single day, you'll get there.
Yes, I love that. So good. Yeah. I've been doing this like more often and truly like listening, going inwards and really increasing that awareness. And I notice the shifts. Like sometimes they're small, but it's still there and you can feel it. Um
Yeah, it's
yeah.
all about it is because inner guidance really feels neutral, right?
Yeah.
Intuition is neutral. It's not like a very yay, let's do this, or it feels very neutral, and it's like a quiet voice. So the only thing that you have to do is really turn up the dial, like
Mm.
just pay more attention or be more mindful, I guess, of it. But yeah, it
Mm.
starts like like a soft whisper, and if you think you're going crazy, you're going in the right direction. That's
I
what I tell
love that.
everyone. Yeah. If you think you're nuts, you just heard a voice, great. It's probably one of your spirit guides. Just go with it. Just answer the voice. Ask questions.
Yes.
Who are you? What do you want?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's so funny you say that. Like, I had an interview last week and I was just like, who am I? Like, they were asking me all these questions that were making me think about like multilingualism and like Spanish, English, French, all the languages. And I'm like, who am I? Do I have a different identity when I speak another language? And it's just so funny.
That's so interesting. We might. I kind of change when I'm speaking.
Yeah.
I definitely am more sultry when I'm speaking Portuguese. I will say that.
Mm.
Spanish, I'm more saucy, so like more with an attitude. In English, I'm just I don't know, just like more chill, I guess. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, love it. I love that. And so let's talk about the void because I know you talked about it, the liminal
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
So,
So fun.
yeah, so if someone is listening right now and they're like, "Yes, that's me. I'm in the void. I'm in the in between." Like what's the number one tip or advice you would give them to navigate that?
It's almost the same. Like it's a great
Mhm.
moment to reconnect to yourself, but reconnect to new aspects of yourself. Because the void for me is like being in your own universal womb space. It's like
Mm.
you're going through a rebirth, right? And it's almost like a new initiation into an embodiment of the next level of who you are. Because I've noticed, because you may be wondering, does everyone on earth go through the void? I don't think so. I think it's the
Mm.
leaders. I think it's the people that are here to change some sort of structure, to be like a paradigm shifter, who have that sort of
Mm.
mission that you have to be visible, you have to be known for changing something. It could be whatever politics. I don't know why
Mm.
politics came to mind, but something, how people heal.
Mhm.
And so when you go through these a lot, every time it's almost like I call it a soul upgrade in your identity, right? Like you
Mm.
keep deconditioning this human aspect, these we're conditioned when we grow up, when we're born, when not when we're born, but like we're conditioned
Mhm.
by outside circumstances or adults. And in the void, it's really this moment to reconnect back to yourself, release those aspects, those false aspects even more, and it's a great moment to create, but it's also a great moment to rest, right? Rest, pause, maybe ask yourself that
Mm.
question of like, okay, who am I? But who am I really? Because I think all of these voids really does, it keeps bringing you back into embodiment with your higher self. I mean, if I could tell people just do one thing throughout your life is just embody, connect to integrate your higher self. That is the purest version of you, free from, you know, any human conditioning. And the void is that kind of, I mean, it could look black if you think of a void, but that's the moment where there's nothing, right? Like you have the possibility to create whatever you want as long as you're creating from soul.
Mm.
So that was a long-winded answer to say
Mhm.
connect back to yourself and to what you truly desire from your soul.
Mm. Yeah. So let's say you've been in the void for quite a few time now. How would you get out of it?
Yeah, and I mean, you could be in the void for years, right? I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
you could be. It's just it's an invitation, but I think it's really an invitation to look at yourself and look at where you're out of alignment, where you're out of alignment with
Mm.
yourself. If something is not working, or everything could be going great in your business, in your life, and you still feel unsatisfied, well, why? If you're still feeling
Mm.
unsatisfied, your intuition is telling you there's something out of alignment here. Everything's great. I'm making a whole bunch of money, but there's something off, and I don't know what. Well, again, it's an invitation to see where you're out of alignment with soul, right? Because maybe you're making money in
Mm.
a way that's not in alignment with your soul, right?
Mm.
Maybe you're
Yeah.
connecting with people that they're not in alignment with you anymore because there's so much healing in this journey, right? So like you have healed so much that now you're meant to serve other people or connect with, like, how many friends have you lost in this journey? Because I have lost
Woo.
so many, right? So
Yeah.
but maybe it's like, listen, these people are not, in alignment. So I always
Mhm.
look at it like, look at what is the feeling of emptiness that you're going through. Where's the confusion coming from? Where do you
Mm.
feel out of balance, out of sorts? Because it's, to me, it's always about reconnecting back to your higher self that has all the answers. And yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I love that so much. Thank you for sharing that. That was so
Sure.
eye-opening, and I know it's going to help a lot of people.
Yeah, I think we're going through a lot of that lately.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I'm curious to know, like, did you know you were like a healer? Like when you in childhood and like growing up, like did you always know that you had these abilities?
Yeah, I was actually born with them activated, and
Wow.
in my neighborhood, and I was born in Argentina, so my nickname was La Nena Mil Años, which means the
Mhm.
little 1,000-year-old girl. Because yeah, I would channel, I would see spirits. It's not
Mm.
great to have these abilities when you're a kid, obviously,
Mm.
because
Yeah.
bullies and all that wonderful stuff. But yeah, I always knew I had them. I always thought they were fun. I also thought everyone had them until maybe 10 or 11, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think anybody can see the spirits. Nobody's talking to me, so I don't think anybody can. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, it's been a journey, but I always feel very supportive, and like I have my own friends because
Mm.
when I didn't have
Mhm.
human friends, I still had my guides. So that was always
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you always knew. And I love that you created this business for yourself and that you're living what you're so good at. Like so many people I see like they have those passions but they're stuck doing something else, something they're not fulfilled at.
Yeah, well, what's happening now in 2019, they probably started feeling the call because 2020, there's been a
Yeah.
massive awakening. And yeah, they're probably now they're being called to rise as the leaders and the healers
Mhm.
of this new cycle.
Yes. And it's something scary too sometimes doing what you're really good at, passionate about. It can
Yeah.
be something scary when it's new. So what would you tell them if like they're on this brink of, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start this new cycle," and they feel the fear bubbling up?
Oh, I think I would just want to remind them that they're always supported. Whatever you
Mhm.
can't hold, spirit can hold you while you hold it. right? It
Mm.
being your mission or it being your gifts, your spirit guides are always there. They can't intervene without you asking for help. So I would definitely say spirit guides, my intention is to do this. I know that I meant to do, X, Y, and Z, be an artist, be a healer. I don't know, have this business that creates expansion for everyone. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea how to do it. Show me how, put the right people in front of me, show me how to do
Mhm.
this. And, you're going to have a lot of days where you feel like giving up. I feel like giving up sometimes once a month. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so
Mhm.
much because the responsibility is so much, right?
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
people think maybe living your purpose is super easy and when you're in alignment, everything's great. But no, you're going to have those quote unquote challenges because your soul is also here to grow and evolve. And through those
Mm.
lessons, you grow and evolve, right? So it's also a reminder of if something challenging happens, it's not a sign to give up. It's not a sign it's not meant to be. Okay? It's just another it's another lesson that you signed up for before you incarnated. It's just one of those things like, well, great. It's another initiation. It's another training. It's another invitation to rise. I always like to look at things like initiations, invitations, because if I start to look at it like, well, this sucks, then I mean, this is an obstacle. Like, I don't think there's obstacles. I really think it's an invitation for us to rise even higher.
Yes, I always say that too.
Yay! So alive.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, you're so right. I always say like there's no failures, only lessons and
Yeah.
growth. And yeah, I love that. I love that so much. And I ask this to everyone who comes on the show, and I'm curious to know your answer. What
Oh,
does
okay.
being a powerful leader mean to you?
Ooh, that's such a good question for this times that we're going through. To me, it means being a conscious leader. And being a conscious leader
Mhm.
to me means being wise, embodied, and you get your wisdom through your life experience, through your soul lessons that you transmute into wisdom, right? Your wound
Mm.
transmuted is wisdom, and embodied is you living and breathing what you do, what you share, who you are, and being like a walking testimonial for your work. And it's also about collaboration. I don't think that there's any like one person on top. Guru culture is coming to an end. I
Yes.
don't think anybody really has the energy for that anymore. I think that the conscious leaders are now walking together, and there's nobody really walking higher than anyone. It's an invitation for all of us to walk together. Um,
Mm.
yeah, I talk a lot about this because I
Mhm.
my clients are conscious leaders, and it's basically like, well, you're a conscious leader, right? Because you're
Yeah.
the embodiment of your work. It could include spirituality or not, but as long as you have that higher awareness of we're here
Yeah.
to do some good. So another thing would be I'm leading for us. I'm not just leading for me. Like I'm making money for
Mm.
us, not for me. It's the
Mhm.
law of oneness, right? The universal law of oneness.
Yes. The collective.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. We are living that moment. It may not seem that way if you look at the news, which I don't, but um and there are those of us that are here doing the work so that we all rise together. It may look like it's happening slowly, but it's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening, people.
Yes. And that's really like the reason why I started this podcast too, because I wanted all of us to come together and share our stories, share our gifts, and, rise everyone together. So I love that.
Yeah, yeah, and there's so much power in everyone's stories, right?
Yeah.
Because now also what I notice is that the leaders are not the perfect cookie cutter. My life is perfect. Now the
Mm.
leaders are. My life was crap at one point. This is what I did to grow, to heal, to make it better. This is what you can do. Like, join me, join us in rising together. Like, it's very transparent now. I love
Mhm.
that.
Yes, I love it too. And oh my gosh, I love this conversation so much.
Yeah, it's so like motivating. It's like, let's get out
Yeah.
there and be our purpose.
Yes, I love it. So, do you have, any last piece of wisdom, anything the spirits are telling you to share with us today?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably what I share every day. I feel like people are just tired of hearing me say the same thing, but come back home to yourself. Connect to yourself. Connect to your higher self. Meditate with that intention in mind, and then just take action on your little intuitive nudges to whatever your intuition may be telling you to be of higher service and to create expansion. I think when you lead with that intention, I want to create expansion for myself because hello, you're allowed, and expansion for others, you will always be put in the right places with the right people.
Yes. Amen.
Yes. Amen.
Amazing. So where can people go to connect with you further online?
Well, I'm active on Instagram and Facebook. On Instagram, I'm Talia Strega. And on Facebook, I do have a group for female leaders, healers, and artists. It's called Conscious Wealthy Healers Rising. I'm also on Facebook. I know some people are like, Facebook still exists? Yes, and I'm on it. So come find me there. It's Talia Paola Strega. And yeah, you can connect. I'm very active on social media.
Yes, go follow Talia. She's awesome. Oh my gosh, I just love you so much. Thank you for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been such a fun conversation. I love you, and I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Powerful Female Leaders podcast. If you love this episode, make sure to spread the message, leave a review, and subscribe. I would forever be grateful for you. I also want to hear from you, and I want to know your feedback and your questions for future episodes. So don't be shy, say hi, and send me a message at Powerful Female Leaders Podcast on Instagram. Until then, I'll see you on the next episode.